Vice Chair and Acting Chair tonight for the Nashua Zoning Board, City of Nashua Zoning Board of Adjustment. This is the October 10th, 2023 Zoning Board meeting. This evening's meeting is going to be conducted in a hybrid format where we have the meeting both available and accessible here in person in the third floor auditorium of Nashua City Hall at 229 Main Street and via Zoom at the link posted in all public meeting agendas. Attendance via telephone is available using the Zoom connection details. Minutes of tonight's meeting as well as audio and video recordings will be available later at nashuanh.gov/agenda center, select Zoning Board of Adjustment. If anyone has a problem accessing the meeting, please call 603-589-3056 and they will help you connect in the event the public is unable to access the meeting via the methods mentioned above. The meeting will be adjourned and rescheduled. The chair is in control of the proceedings and calls upon all who wish to speak in order as the raised hands are observed. The board follows meeting protocols and procedures as identified in our bylaws. Basically, the applicant has up to 15 minutes to present their case, followed by questions by the board, and then any persons wishing to speak in favor or with then questions or opposition will be asked to speak, and they have up to 5 minutes. If there are any questions or opposition, the applicant will then have 5 minutes to present a response, and then any opposition will have an opportunity for a final speaking time. It seems unlikely we'll have that occur tonight based on the attendance here. We do use a timer, but again, I think that that'll be running in the background, but is not likely to be an issue or concern tonight. Basically, though, if you are on Zoom and wish to speak when public input is being requested, please use either the raise hand option, which can be found under reactions on a computer, or the more menu on a phone. The chair will call you in turn. And then please use the lower hand option when you've finished your commentary or questions. And please also make sure you mute your microphone until called on to speak. We do normally take all votes by roll call and have been doing that since we started doing the hybrid meetings, although tonight we might not need to do that, as it appears our only board members will be attending in person here. Tonight we will only be hearing one case on the agenda, and that's for an area variance. This board does normally hear special exceptions and or variances. I won't go into any extra detail on the special exception part of things since that, again, won't be part of what we cover tonight. Basically, though, just a quick summary, a variance is a request that seeks permission to do something that the ordinance does not directly permit. Variances also have 5 points of law to be met, and that is part of the testimony and the application that is filed addresses those points of law. Per the City of Nashua bylaws, along with the State of New Hampshire revised statutes, a minimum of 3 or more affirmative votes are required to approve any application. In addition, this board will hear all selected cases if a quorum of 3 voting board members is present at this meeting. We have 5 board members right now, and unless there would be a high recusal rate, it's very unlikely we wouldn't continue to maintain that quorum. Also, just any citizen has the right to contest decisions made by this board. Should we render a decision that you feel it was an error, you have the right to request a rehearing. A written rehearing request must be received by the City of Nashua Planning Department within 30 calendar days from the date of decision. Should the board not grant a rehearing request, you can still file an appeal directly then to the New Hampshire Superior Court. Please contact Mr. Falk or Ms. Boyer of the Planning Department for more information about that. For this evening's meeting, we have the following full board members in attendance: myself, Rob Shaw, Vice Chair, Mr. J.B. Boucher, our clerk, and Mr. Steve Lionel. Also, we have the following alternate members in attendance: Mr. Jay Mankara and Mr. Josh Neely.
Sorry.
No, one of them is, Jay is now a full member.
I did not catch that.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. I've been away the last couple of meetings myself, so
Yes.
very nice to have you as full-time, Mr.
Thank you.
Mankara. All right. I was just, the script got me.
Yeah, it's elder script.
All right. And then, again, in addition to board members, we also have Mr. Carter Falk, Deputy Planning Manager, and Ms. Kate Poirier, our zoning coordinator. We'll start the meeting by taking a roll call attendance. And again, I don't believe we have any board members on Zoom, so I'm not going to even cover that part of things. So I'll still go through the roll call. Mr. Boucher?
Mr. Boucher is present.
Mr. Lionel?
Present.
Mr. Minkara?
Present.
And Mr. Neely?
Present.
And Mr. Shaw is present. We have, again, 5 members here, and all 5 of us will be participating and voting in the case before us tonight, as well as any other business. Let's see, are there any changes to the agenda tonight?
There are no changes to the agenda.
All right, thank you, Mr. Falk. We will go ahead and start, and I will read the first case into the record. The owner is Paula Narina. The applicant is Jonathan Lorena. The address is 64 Pennachuck Street. 54, thank you. Sheet 49, Lot 53. The request is for variance from Land Use Code, Section 190-16, Table 16-3, to encroach up to 2.5 feet into the 10-foot required left side yard setback to enclose an existing 8-foot by 24-foot porch. This is in the RA zone, Ward 2. Is there somebody here to present this case? Welcome. Please come to the podium and state your name and address into the microphone, and then you can go ahead and tell us what you're trying to do and explain your case.
All right, my name is Jonathan Lariano. I'm from 54 Pennachuck Street. And basically, I'm trying to enclose existing porch that is already existing. Just close it out. And basically, that's what I'm trying to do. It is already there. I'm just trying to build a roof and walls. But when I went to do the application, I guess I needed 10 feet, and I got like 8.5 towards the line. So that's what I mean.
All right. Does the board have any questions? Mr. McCarr?
Just one. I was a little unclear from the drawing. So are you just using the existing, outline of the porch, or are you extending the porch
I
also?
am extending it to the back, but not to the side. So
Okay.
the side is gonna stay the same. I'm just gonna put a few more feet to the back side of the house.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And just, is this basically a 3-season porch, or?
I guess you call it 4-season.
4-season even, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like we don't have any other questions from the board, so you're welcome to have a seat.
Thank you.
Obviously, we have nobody in attendance in the room or additionally on Zoom, so we don't have any other testimony to request from anyone, so I will just go ahead and directly close the public hearing and open the public meeting. Just go right around the room. Mr. Neely, your thoughts?
I'm in favor of this application. The house is on a relatively thin lot. They don't have very much area to go on the side there. The neighbor, it looks like number 50, their house is on the other side of the lot away from this house. There is a fence between them. This house is also set back a little bit on the lot. Basically, the porch is already there. He's just enclosing it, and I think the fence really will block most of the view between the two houses. So I am in favor of this application.
Thank you. Mr. McCarr?
I'm also in favor for the reasons stated, and we just note, the house itself is fairly small, so I think expanding it is certainly reasonable, the desire for that additional living space.
Mr. Boucher?
I'm going to support the application. I really don't have anything to add that wasn't already spoken to.
And Mr. Lionel?
I'm also in support. I have nothing to add.
Yeah, I'm in support as well, and I guess the only thing I'd say is this is not an excessively wide addition either, and following that footprint of the porch is a very natural thing to do anyhow, everything typically from the foundation part of things and that part of structural things. So, yeah, and I think the fact that this porch, at least in just that form, has been already there at that spot makes this very reasonable. So, yeah, I'm in support as well. Any other discussion or comments? Anybody like to offer a motion? All right, thank you, Mr. Lionel.
I'd like to make a motion on behalf of the owner, Paula Moreno. The applicant is Jonathan Loreno, address 54 Pennachuck Street, sheet 49, lot 53. Requesting variance from Land Use Code Section 190-16, Table 16-3, to encroach up to 2.5 feet into the 10-foot required left side yard setback to enclose an existing 8-foot by 24-foot porch. This is in the RA Zone Ward 2. The board finds that this variance is needed to enable the applicant's proposed use of the property. Given the special conditions of the property, this is an existing porch, and the benefit sought by the applicant cannot be achieved by some other method reasonably feasible for the applicant to pursue other than the variance. The board believes this is within spirit and intent of the ordinance. We have no evidence and no thoughts that it will adversely affect the property values of surrounding parcels. The board believes it is not contrary to public interest and that substantial justice would be served. So I'll make a motion to approve this area variance.
Thank you. Is there a second? Mr. Minkara, thank you. Any discussion on the motion? Maybe just out of force of habit, I'll still stick with the roll call. So, Mr. Neely, how do you vote?
Mr. Neely votes in favor.
Mr. Minkara?
Mr. Minkara votes in favor.
Mr. Boucher?
Mr. Boucher votes in favor.
Mr. Lionel?
Mr. Lionel votes in favor.
And Mr. Shaw votes in favor. That passes 5-0 unanimously. I spoke about that possibility of a rehearing request. It's just a cautionary thing. You're more than welcome to go ahead and proceed with your work. There's just that there is a possibility that somebody could appeal, and you would be notified and would have to pause your efforts. But and certainly, if you have any questions, please contact staff. So, but otherwise, you're all set here tonight, and good luck with your project.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too, thank you.
So that, again, was our only regular case tonight. We have no motions for rehearing tonight. We do have the upcoming agenda for the October 24th meeting. Basically, the normal question is, does anybody see any issues with regional impact?
I do not.
I did not.
I do not.
Yeah.
Okay, so looks like we're good there. I do know one other thing, we have minutes from the September 26th meeting.
I have some comments in the minutes.
All right.
Okay, on page 7, in the public meeting, there's 2 paragraphs, both of which are attributed to me, but I believe the second one is Mr. Boucher. And on page 14, reversing this, the first comment that says, Mr. Boucher asked about the Fishery v. Dover determination, but that was me. I asked that. So,
Okay. All right, we can make those changes.
And
that's it.
Okay, did anybody else have anything? All right. Somebody like to make a motion?
We have that calendar again. Do we need to
Wait,
do anything with
we have to
that?
make the motion. Let me finish.
Oh, make a
that.
motion to accept the minutes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
I'll make
thank
a
you.
motion to approve the minutes of the September 26th meeting
With the duly noted changes.
with the changes noted.
Thank you, Mr. Neely, for the second. Mr. Neely, how do you vote?
Mr. Neely votes in favor.
Mr. Minkara?
Mr. Minkara votes in favor.
Mr. Boucher?
Mr. Boucher votes in favor.
Mr. Lionel?
Mr. Lionel votes in favor?
And Mr. Shaw votes in favor. That passes 5-0. Yeah, and then the next thing, as you started to note, Mr. Lionel, is we do have the 2024 meeting schedule that is, I don't think at this point we have any, do we have any elections that are foreseen to possibly move anything?
Not that I'm aware of, but we can always make a change
Right, as we've.
as the
sometimes
year
have had
goes
to.
on. If something does come up, we can always, we can easily make a change and let everybody know well in advance.
I looked up the elections, and
yeah,
I think we're good.
Yeah, I mean, it's only ever when the election day falls on
Yeah.
November 8th, at least as far as the November election, that's an issue. So that's not that frequently, so.
Well, it looks like the September 11 one is on a Wednesday,
Mhm.
so I assume that was for the election, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, we just shuffled
think
over.
so.
Wait, yeah, that,
Isn't that maybe
Yep.
Labor
And
Day or
then
something?
May
like that?
29th is also a Wednesday.
You know, why are those moved?
Oh, yeah, because, okay, so for the May one, the HDC meeting had to get moved to the Tuesday because of, what is that?
Memorial Day, probably?
Memorial Day,
Memorial Day.
which means that the zoning board gets shuffled over a day as well, because we
Okay.
can't be in two places at the same time.
okay.
Really?
I can't.
And then September?
I think that was
Oh, is that,
a
there actually would be
primary.
there would be
Could
the
be the-
state
Yeah.
primary
Primary.
Yeah, I
on
think
the
that was the
10th.
primary.
Yeah, that's
Should've
right.
Brought my notes.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I know we looked at it, I don't remember.
Yeah,
the
no,
exact-
there's,
That's what I
yeah,
figured.
because
Primary.
we'll have the presidential primary earlier in the year, but then the regular state primary is that, I think usually that second Tuesday in September, so.
Yeah.
And if it's not, we can always
Yeah.
change the date back to a Tuesday.
Yeah, November is the countrywide one.
Yeah,
Right.
national election.
Right. But we sneak in on the 1st, I think.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if we've normally, I think we've necessarily haven't approved this per se, just kind of
As
filed it.
noted. and,
Yeah, just kind
Usually
of put it
look
with
at
the-
them two meetings in a row,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you
Think
can
about
vote
it.
to
I mean,
accept
would-
them for
would the
now.
Board prefer to just have a motion to plan this? Okay.
So moved.
All right.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Lionel. Any discussion? I'll mix up the order this time. Mr. Lionel, how do you vote?
Mr. Leno votes in favor.
Mr. Boucher?
Mr. Boucher votes in favor.
Mr. Minkara?
Mr. McCarr votes in favor.
Mr. Neely?
Mr. Neely votes in
And
favor.
Mr. Shaw votes in favor. That passes 5-0, so we have the 2024 calendar. Is there any other business tonight?
I know of.
Do you want to make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
48.
Thank you. And we are adjourned at
6:48.
6:48.
6:48.
6:48.
Not a record time.